everybody, it's Allison again, stlprostretch.com. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. That would be great. Today is another video for stretches for people that aren't very flexible. And I'm trying to just break these up in two stretches per video. That way it's not confusing. And it just so happens that the way I'm doing it is the two stretches are balancing muscle groups. So often when we're problem solving, if one stretch doesn't feel good to you, you go to the balancing muscle and you stretch that one, and then you come back to the first one, and a lot of the time it feels a lot better. And ideally, all the stretches should feel good. So if you're having problems with one, then you can go to the balancing muscle. And so I'm doing these balancing muscles together, 2 on each video. Shouldn't be too overwhelming. You will need a strap more than likely today, and maybe a chair. You don't have to have a chair, but one of the stretches we'll do today is done in a chair. As usual, if something hurts, stop doing it. Always work within your range of motion, which may be completely different from mine. And always move and resist. So by resisting, what I mean is we are contracting the muscle while it's getting longer. So that way we're building elasticity, and we're kind of helping the muscle fibers to free themselves from all the knots that may be in there, and also get stronger at the same time. Let's come to the mat. We're going to start today with groin, and the balancing muscle is lateral hamstring, and I'll kind of show you like how this works. I'm going to stand up for a minute and come back here. So groin is we're rotating in, and then as we rotate in, the groin muscles get shorter. But then if I extend my leg, the exact opposite outside is the lateral hamstring. So the lateral hamstring goes that way to strength or strength train it. And then to stretch it, we would take it across that way. So groin is stretching, groin is contracting. So those are the two stretches we'll be doing today. We're going to start in butterfly. This is actually a stretch that I'm really good at, but I love it because it also gets into the rhomboids and the traps, which are always tight for me. So we're going to start here on the floor with the knees open. Now your knees may be way up here, and that is okay. You can always move your feet out and away from you. If it's too much, that's fine. Also, you can sit on a block if that makes it easier to get your knees open like that. All right. So the first thing is strength. Knees pulled together. That's going to be the concentric contraction of the shortening phase, the strength phase. I am going to put my arms in between my knees and push open with my arms to slow this movement down. My knees come together. I'm going to slow it down by pushing out with my arms. That's the strength phase. Now for the stretch phase, I'm going to let my arms win, but my knees are still pulling together the whole time. So my arms are winning, knees are still pulling together. And now I'm going to let my legs win. Knees pull together, arms are always pushing open. So the entire time the arms are pushing open, the knees are pushing together. It's just a matter of whether I'm letting my legs win or my arms win. Now if you feel this in your hips, more than likely your deep longitudinal line, which includes your lateral hamstring, needs to be stretched. So if you feel a tension in your hips, then do the next stretch, which we will do in a minute, and come back to this one and see if it's gone. It may be gone. I'm feeling a little bit of a twinge in my right hip, which means I need to stretch it. I would aim for 8 to 12 reps here. If something feels really great, do more. To get the trap and the rhomboid stretch, I'm relaxing my shoulders, and I'm just letting my knees pull my elbows together. For me, that's the benefit of this stretch is I'm stretching my shoulders because I'm so open in my inner thigh and my groin. I don't really feel much of a strength. I know I need to strengthen this. So if you're really open somewhere, check the other side. So maybe you're really tight in your lateral hamstring, but your groin is really open. Then you need to strength train your groin more to open up your lateral hamstring. Okay, and next we're going to move on to the lateral hamstring. So a couple different ways you can do this. Usually when people are completely new to this, I do a straight leg stretch with them. So I'm going to use this block and put it on my head, but you don't have to. For the straight leg stretch, you're going to grab a strap and put it around your foot, and you're going to hold the strap with the opposite arm. The other knee is going to stay bent. So we don't need to stretch it out like that. We're going to keep it bent the whole time. And I'm going to kick this heel out to the side and down. So it's at a diagonal out away from me. I'm going to keep kicking the heel down away from me, and I'm going to pull it back across my body in a diagonal pattern until I feel a stretch. And then I'm going to kick down again. I kind of tell some of my clients when we do this stretch, think about the way hockey players skate. You know, they kind of skate like when they skate, they kind of go out to the side when they're skating. That's exactly what we want to do with this stretch is for the strengthening phase. We're bringing that foot out to the side. You're going to keep kicking the heel down the whole time. Kind of fighting the strap with the heel and then bring it across the body. The reason I want you to keep this knee up because I want you to tilt the knee in just a little bit. That's going to give you a little more stretch. And then we're going to take it down again. See how I just kind of let that strap go? I'm not really concerned about strengthening. I'm concerned about the eccentric contraction, the lengthening phase here. Bring it across the body and then tilt the right knee in. So take it down. Keep pushing down, take it across the body, and then tilt the knee in. I have a lot of work to do on this lateral hamstring today. I would say normally this particular muscle, this lateral hamstring with a biceps femoris, is the most used of all the hamstrings and normally the tightest. And it sits right next to your IT band. So if you are one that has IT band problems, this is definitely one that you need to work on a lot. And the beauty of doing it this way is you can play with rotations. So as you bring it across the body, this time I'm going to turn my toe out and kick down toward the floor, and then I'm going to bring it across with my toe turned out. And it's going to be a completely different sensation for me. It might not be for you, but you might enjoy this one with the toe turned out a little bit more. Let's do one more, and then we are going to switch sides. So, again, loop the foot. I'm going to kick down and out. So down and out to the side. My left knee is bent. Keep kicking down and out to the side. I'm going to pull it across until I feel a stretch. And I'm so tight on this side, I'm already feeling a stretch. So down and out, pull it across. I am kicking down toward the floor and out away from me at a diagonal the entire time. I'm dragging it across the body. And the first few, like you might feel super tight, but as we go, like as you get into the 10 to 12 rep range, you should feel like you're loosening up a little bit. Just the same thing as when you lift weights at the gym. You know, your first set is not going to be your best. For the most part. Remember to tilt this left knee in if you want additional stretch. But then as you go, sometimes your second, third, fourth set is the best set because you're warmed up. It's exactly what we're doing with the muscles here. We're warming them up. Kick down and out, and then bring it across. Down and out. Bring it across. I think I need to do this stretch every day. I don't know why I'm not. I guess there are so many other stretches. I forget about this one sometimes. Remember to work within your range of motion. So if you don't feel anything at the bottom and through the middle, don't worry about that because that's actually where the magical things are happening. That's when the muscle fibers are contracting together and they're being pulled apart and lengthened. And sometimes you can pull out little adhesions by doing that. The little fibers attach to the adhesions and they start pulling them out, just like pulling out a knot in your hair if you have a comb and you're combing out a knot in your hair. All right, let's do one more. And then we're going to talk about how to do this standing, because you can, and in a chair. So, in a chair, you just sit, lean back. You don't even have to be straight up and down. I don't care about your posture at all. You're going to loop your foot. And this one's going to be a bent knee, so I'm going to kick my heel. I'm taking it across the body. I'm going to kick my heel down, and I'm going to drag it across like that. So that's another way that you could do this, is in a chair. And then the last way that I like to do it is standing. So I'm going to hold on to this table back here. I'm standing on my right leg, and I'm going to tilt forward. My left foot is kicking back. I'm going to reach down with my left arm until I feel a stretch. My body, from my head to my left foot, is moving as one unit in one line. I'm staying in a straight line and then leaning forward and reaching with my left hand until I feel a stretch and then coming right back out of it. So that's another alternative to that lateral hamstring stretch. And then if you were one that was feeling it in your hips when you did the groin stretch, come back to it. See what you feel now. Push in, push open. For me, that hip pain is gone. I feel a lot more free in my hips. And those are the little things that you're going to start to notice with the balancing muscles and with this stretching method in general, is that you feel freer. And that's what I want you to notice as you go about your day after you do these stretches. A lot of times we only notice things when they hurt. Try to notice things when they don't hurt. So if you're going about your day and you just feel a little bit like you have a little more freedom of movement, that's exactly what we're trying to get here, is for you to be able to move freely with less pain. And that's my main goal for stretching. Anyway, so this is video number 2. We'll be on to video number 3 next. Hopefully you enjoyed this. You got something out of it. If you have questions, please comment, and I'll do my best to answer. Thanks. Happy stretching. Bye-bye.